So what kind of meat are we using? Well, you just admire those. Those are porterhouse steaks. And I think the porterhouse is the king of steak, but then everybody has an opinion about steak because if you look right here, you really have two cuts of meat in a porterhouse. You've got this right here, which, if that were separate, would be known as a strip steak, right? Or sirloin. This part right here is known as the tenderloin. So this is a very, very tender cut of meat because it's not used. This is the part of the cow that where the muscles are not used that much. So if they're not used that much, it's obvious that they're much tender. So we're going to take this meat and we're going to grill it. Most people overcook their meat. I'm going to show you what to do. So the first thing I want to do is give this some salt and pepper. So I'm going to put this right on my meat mat. There's the salt. Here's the pepper. Mix that around. I know there are a lot of theories about salting meat before you grill it. Take those tenderloin, take the porterhouse, and just rub it in that mixture. You may have to give it a little bit more than is there. Here's the second one. When you get a porterhouse steak like this, you want to look for good marbling along all of the meat surface. You want to make sure that this fat is nice and bright, that the meat looks bright, it's not dark red. And ideally, it should be grass-fed. Most of the meat we get today is grain-fed, which makes a big difference. So once you have this like this, you allow those steaks to sit out for 30 minutes. I'm gonna wash my hands again because now we have to make a sauce for this. We're gonna make a very simple sauce with onions, capers, and again, a little lemon. So in this pan, we want to have some onions. And today we're using red onions. So in this pan, I've got the onions cooking down. And then we give them a little bit of salt and pepper and some lemon juice, just to bump up the flavor. You notice we used lemons in every recipe today. So a little lemon juice goes in there. That's really going to give those onions a great flavor. But we're not done. So you want the juice of 3 lemons. So the other thing I like are these, capers. Capers, they're the seed pod from a plant that grows in the Mediterranean, really in walls and crags and that kind of thing. You see them everywhere in southern Italy. And they're used a great deal in sauces. So today we're going to use them in our sauce. When you buy them, you can get them either in salt or in brine. If you get them in salt, you want to make sure that you rinse them well. These happen to be in brine. And there are all sizes of capers that you can find in Italy, but the very best ones come from the island of Pantelleria in Sicilia, in Sicily. So we're going to put those in, the capers. Just give them a coarse little chop just to, release their flavor. They're a bit pungent. So if you don't like that flavor, well, then you're just going to leave it out. But isn't that a pretty sauce? Now you make this ahead of time if you want to, and then you're just going to reheat it when you're ready to take that steak off the grill. Here are our porterhouse steaks. You want to get that grill smoking hot. And now to cook them, make sure they're about 1 inch thick, first of all. Instant read thermometer. That's how you're going to know they're done. You can't tell just by looking. You want rare, 140. You want medium rare, 150. You want shoe leather, 170. So I'm going to take these because they're ready to go. And when they come off the grill, the sauce goes on top, and we're ready to eat dinner.